Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pinnacle Park. I am Mr. Simside, and today we are making our final tour through Pinnacle Park. I worked on this park series for now over a year, and I'm super happy that with the last episode, which was episode 24, we got to an end. We added some more additions through a live stream, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, from the day this video is released. And today I want to take the opportunity to walk with you all through the park, check out everything in first person view, and I will also put the park now on the Frontier Workshop that you can all access it. And yeah, I'm super hyped. I would actually consider this park build like 90% finished. I actually just need a new project for the moment, and I think we will maybe revisit it in a year or so and add more things to it. But basically, we added so many things in there with all the new updates and everything, and I cannot wait to explore the whole park in from this guest perspective. In the back there, you can already see the entrance and some moving coasters. I really love to see how this all looks, and how people are moving down here to actually the parking lot, which is basically just the regular buses that they spawn from. I didn't put much effort into the entrance here, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. We are now here and we are going to take our tour now. On the right side, you can already get a little glimpse of the water coaster, which is also super cool. In a realistic world, we would maybe need to put some fencing here, and you can already see that the coaster is coming down. It looks so great. I'm super happy. This was actually the first coaster I built in this game because I was so happy to have this whole boat ride in the game, and with the tower up there with the turntables and the special track pieces. It is so cool. I really love this view. And yeah, straight ahead, we are entering the entrance plaza. On the left side, you usually enter to go to the water park. On the left side, you can already see the building structure of it in the background. Here you can get some tickets and info maps and everything. And here on the right side is everything for the main theme park. And yeah, I'm super happy how it all turned out. For the people, I'm usually one of them who is arriving at a theme park and needing immediately go to the toilet. We added a toilet building here, and yeah, if we are now going through the entrance, we are already seeing or getting a nice view onto the first roller coaster, the windmill, and a little lake area. I was a little inspired by the entrance area of Wilderness Springs by S. To be honest. I love the interaction with the water and everything, so I wanted to have a bridge like this. And in the end, you can now see through here with the update and the invisible paths. I was super happy to, that we were able to remove the paths down here and get an even more realistic look in all into everything here, and it actually looks so good. In the background, you can see the swing, like the, how's it called? A carousel. I'm not 100% sure it's now called. I can't remember the name, but I wanted to have like a little poisoned mushroom. Sorry, I'm really bad in remembering those very special words. And also having a seating area next to this lake. I really think that it turned out quite well in the end. And also with the windmill and the water here, I'm super, super happy with the overall alpine look we got here. But now let's get down here and turn to the right because I would say we are taking the ride round through the park. Here you can get some coffee and some park maps and everything. Let's move down here. I think it looks really cool. We could maybe add some more details and hide some parts of the ride here, but in total I'm still fine. So yeah, let's take a look here. This is the entrance. I'm super bad in building entrance signs for rides, so most of my rides don't actually have some. So if you want to build some of them, please feel free and provide me them as blueprint. And now I would say let's just go right into the first coaster and take a look at the queue. We are, yeah, jumping over here, I think, to get quickly in here. I'm not sure how detailed I made the indoors. Yeah, it's not that bad, but it could be even better. But yeah, that's maybe something. I didn't care too much about indoors for the moment because I was focused on so many other things. And yeah, let's go just right in here. And then we are going up there. Perfect. It could also be a little more light in here, but I think that part came, yes, in the last part of the queue. I also added some custom fencing, some lights, and also some decorations. And we are going to ride this one. We just exited the ride, and this is one part we didn't actually decorate. We just hidden most of the parts with some trees. But we are coming out on the back side of the building. This is basically the whole hall where everything indoor is in, and then we are directly leading into this little Austrian town. And yeah, I reused some of the Alpine buildings here as well, and we also made with the fairy tale edition a little kiddie track ride with some vintage cars, and it also has a very nice overall approach. I got more into the details with the overall pathing and everything because I learned the tools a little more. So there's definitely an improvement visible in comparison to the indoors of the water coaster, as I have played so many hours in game already. And look how beautiful they are passing by here. I love this ride. I also built a little hedge maze here. I really love how it all turned out in the end. And I think we can just ride directly this one. I again made custom fencing and everything in here, but I'm super happy. Now let's take a place on the back seat and ride this one together. We've just arrived back here, and yeah, I think we need to add some more flowers here and everything, but overall, we are mostly done with the whole area. And I love how it ended up with the vintage cards. I would love to see some other type of track ride with a more generic vehicle or something like this in the future, but I'm really happy how we could use it. When the gift shops were added to the game, I immediately built one here. It just needs some more lighting in here because it's a little bit dark. We also have hidden a staff room in here, but overall, it is such a nice addition to the game to have all those indoor gift shops now as well. It looks so realistic. And as we entered this whole water coaster here, we didn't have the chance to take a look at this plaza, so I'm just walking a little bit back here because we entered the ride here into the queue, and I really love how naturally everything looks here. We have the big tower here with the rotation platform and everything. And here on the left side, we have a little picnic area where you can simply just sit down, rest in with some shade, and the train ride is passing here. I love to see all the flowers here and how everything is moving. I think there is no train at the moment, that it's soon approaching, so we will have to just go a little further. Maybe we will get a glimpse of it. a little later. So, and here are lots of picnic benches and everything that people can sit down and eat, rest for a moment. I also try to cover everything. I didn't want to do a too high budget park. It still should look a little, yeah, not too heavily themed. But overall, I think I really met the natural look of it all. I actually, just because I'm seeing it, I love people walking around with these little bags from the souvenir shops. It's so, so cool that they have added this. And this building we've added within the live stream. I'm super happy how it fills everything out here. And it fits so well next to this train ride. And I think as people are moving in, I think the train ride is just approaching. So let's take a look if we can get a glimpse of it. Oh yeah, here. Here he comes. It looks so cool how they are moving. Perfect. How beautiful. This was one of my favorite builds I had throughout the year because it's such a cozy feeling and everything. Beautifully with flowers and foliage and everything. So we got somehow stuck. And I would say, as I don't want to bore you with a train ride, we will quickly head into the next section of the park, which is one that was built around Christmas last year when the Thrill Rides pack has arrived with the Extreme Spinning Coaster. So we are heading back here. This is actually the hatch maze I created. It's non-functional because I didn't build it with paths. So it's just cosmetic, but I still love it. And here we got a little, I think it's the Coriolis, if I'm not fully wrong, a little flat ride that people can enjoy. Not too much scenery, very simple. In the back, you can see the bridge where the train approaches the station. It's coming down here and entering the station behind the gift shop. Yeah. And we are now going up here the hill. Next, below the track, we can already see the Extreme Spinning Coaster passing by. I cannot wait to get on it. I love them so much. I have never been on any in real life, and I still. We wanted to go to Plopsaland in Belgium and to Ride to Happiness, but then it turned out that the park was closed, and we just realized that on the highway. So we had to find a solution, and then we directly went to Efteling. As a second chance. So yeah, maybe one day I will be able to ride. So this is the unrecognizable entrance to our extreme spinning coaster. Let's get right in. I'm jumping over the queue again. And especially from this part, you not only get a beautiful view of some parts of the coaster, you also get a beautiful view of the valley that we created here with the mine train coaster that is just passing by here, and also the freefall towers next to each other and the big restaurant next to the vineyards. I really, really love the view from up here, and I think it's just a nice spot. Of course, we added some real flames here just for, yeah, it being more epic overall. And now we are entering the main station. It's more of an open station. You can see it here because I wanted to have, yeah, not everything indoors, to be honest. And here we got the last parts of the queue line, which is basically a big floating wooden structure where you can take a look down into the mountains and everything. Still kept it most natural. There's the vintage car rides in the background, and here's the exit going down there as well. I'm quite happy. It was a lot of work, but I'm quite happy how it all turned out. It is overall still a pretty decent coaster, I would say. It's not my best layout, but I still enjoy it a lot because I actually did something like this for the very first time. And I was still getting used to all the in-game mechanics. I think I would build it better nowadays. But overall, I'm really, really happy with the sideline and everything. And also with this ending part, when the coaster just passes by. I think it will be there in just a second. Yeah, there it comes, and then it goes over this little water feature at the end, spinning around into the final brake run. I really love how it looks. And then you're exiting everything just here and going down there. The thing I showed you from the queue line wasn't the exit actually, it was the stuff entrance, because with this update we also got the unload and load stations, so we are unloading different than loading the train. So that's what happened here. To continue throughout the park, we need to go back up here. And then we are turning immediately to the right, where we are, yeah, overpassing a bridge. The train goes below here, and it's just approaching. It looks so cute. I wish this train would have a second station that you could simply use it as a transport ride, but that's not possible for the moment. And oh, it looks so cool. Yeah, I'm quite happy. There could be so many more details. That's actually the part of just still being a casual player. I sometimes being too lazy to add too many details. And here we got another flat ride. I won't do on rides for these because I just think it's simply boring. Let's take a look at how beautiful it looks from outside and how it's moving, and then just simply go on here where you can already get a little experience or a view at the RMC turnaround, our family RMC coaster that we created together. And I think before we go to the left, let's turn on to the right side. Here is actually the exit for the mine train coaster, and people are just coming out here. And I wanted an open exit station with lots of rocks and everything to get a very nice open view. It's not the best for bad weather, but as we have separate loading and unloading, this is just as the train is going up the lift hill here, and it's hidden in all this foliage up into the main station where people actually enter the train. I really love these stone arches and bridges I created. They are all custom made with single pieces, but I'm quite happy how it all turned out. And going down here, I think this is a part I built much later throughout the game, where we already had restaurants and everything, and I was a little more practiced and educated how to build certain things. So I think the builds here look much more detailed and better in total. This is, for example, the restaurant build. We have some decorations out here, and as soon as we go in, there's proper lighting. We have lots of nice tables, people sitting around. Yeah, I always wanted to do some menus here on the billboards, but I haven't yet. But let's see for the future. And then I also used some workshop items here for more smaller details. So this is when I got really, yeah, excited about indoors as well, and making custom walls and everything. And this beautiful outdoor dining area with a glimpse of the queue, with the arches and the vineyards. I'm super happy how it all turned out in the end, and I think it's a really beautiful build. You can still see the freefall towers from here, and everything looks really, really cool. Sometimes I just wish I would also theme flat rides a little more, maybe that's something I will do more in the future. So let's get back out of this restaurant and turn right to the direction of the freefall towers. They are shooting already up, and I wanted to have a little plaza here where people can just sit in the shade of the trees, a very natural area with some water thingies, and the whole queue here. And oh wow, I didn't know that it is so full here. Everything is made with the rocky fence to make it or keep it still very natural, but I think it could definitely use some more shade and coverage from the sun. So maybe in the future we will do this. And back there is just the exit of the freefall towers. That's actually everything in this area. We are now heading back into the other direction. We came from here from the staircase and we are now heading into this direction. And here is already, I think that was the first entrance building for a coaster that I have made. It looks okayish. I think some people would be able to do it even better, but yeah, that's the best I was able to do. We also added some water features in here with some fog effects and everything to keep it all a little more nicely themed, and I think it's just the best to enter this ride and go up here, jump over, oops. And I also love these cherry blossom trees. They look so cool, and I wanted to have a more natural and colorful approach here. And here is the big main station building already. I kind of like it that you can't see it from the path down because it's simply hidden in all the foliage and everything, the trees and bushes and so on. And yeah, the queue is pretty long, so there is a lot too. There's only nature down there, so this is actually where the park ends, and it's the last ride in this part of the park. We will now just go through all the guests. I hope they don't mind that we are passing by. And here we are in the main station for our Maple Railroad. Let's wait for another train to arrive before we jump in. Perfect, here it comes. I wish we would get a non-golden version as well. This would be perfect, but let's see what the future brings for Planet Coaster 2. Thanks for the nice ride. It was a big joy. I'm super happy how it all turned out. In one of my shorts, you could already see some cinematics from a perspective looking down from the sky, and it just looks so cool how the trains are interacting, because they are basically, I think, four trains on the whole coaster. And when they are riding, I think three are basically at the same time on the track, and it looks so cool. This is again the yeah pathway for the staff, because we have a separate exit here. But I also love how this actually just looks, even though it's not really interesting for our guests. Now we are coming here into one of the biggest areas that took the most time to create. We are having some smaller kiddie rides here, like this one. In the background, you can again see the RMC family coaster, how it actually goes alongside the terrain and the mountains, everything. Here is the queue for the little kiddie ride. I also here try to keep everything quite natural. And then we are having a big restaurant on the right side. It's not that beautiful as the other one, but still quite cool. People sitting out there eating, having lunch and everything. It looks really cool. Then we are having a log flume ride on the right side, which is actually a double-seater. It looks so cool, and I wanted, and this was something I initially did with the Taggy 3D technique of making invisible paths, but in the end, now I would be able to do it much easier. But back then, it was really a pain to get this whole thing, because I wanted an area that is inspired by the new Tiroler Wildwasserbahn in Europa Park, where people are just having a hiking trail around the whole area. And I think before we enter the ride, we will walk the hiking trail, which just starts here. It's not that much of a hiking trail, but still somehow. We also got another flat ride here, some picnic benches, and you can see the RMC in the background from nearly everywhere. It's a very steep drop, but it's not that high. I think it's only 18 meters or so to still consider it a family RMC. It's still a RMC, so I think the smallest kids wouldn't go on there, but it has no inversions or anything. So I would say it's still family friendly, especially for the adrenaline liking teens and kids, or older kids at least. Next to the whole queue area here, where you can just get a little glimpse of it, we are going up that big tower building, getting another view of the big castle from the RMC coaster, with the Ferris wheel back there and a bridge from the castle building. And we need to continue going up here with some really nice view. This is actually the Pinnacle, the mountain called Pinnacle, the whole park is surrounding. So that was the actual main idea for Pinnacle Park, that we have this big mountain called Pinnacle in the center of the park, and everything is built around it. And this building was initially planned as a second station for the train ride. The train is just approaching here, but as this type of train ride has no dual station or multiple stations, people cannot exit here. So it's just a train that goes around, and it looks so cool when it's passing this whole lake. And there you can also see the fireworks that I prepared for New Year's Eve last year. This was when we just got the fireworks update. It's there's so much I remember from the first year with Planet Coaster. And now we are getting into the hiking trail. It is a glimpse of the indoor section of the train. You can stand here and get a peek of everything that is happening in here, in this large building structure, also covered with vineyards and everything. And we are continuing going down here. And again, getting a glimpse of the whole layout of the ride. And here is the exit building where people actually exit, with another seating area where you can watch people getting really, really soaked when they come down this part of the ride into the splash zone, with this little waterfall in the background, and also some parts of the hiking trail up there where we will just head right now. I really love this perspective onto the splash zone because you actually will get really, really wet up here. Yes, that's exactly what I meant. And I'm super happy that this worked out this well. And people are just going by here and entering the exit. It looks so, so cool. Let's continue this way. You can also enter the hiking trail from the restaurant down there, but we just chose the longer way and now we are going up that hill. And I try to always stay close to the actual track layout because I wanted to have various perspectives and views of the ride, because it looks so cool when it's coming down here into the splash zone and then passing this bridge. I think if there would be some kinds of vista points or something like this, people would even more come up here because there's actually no real reason to come up here. I tried to get some people attracted with a ride here. You can see the little kiddie slide is up here, but other than that, it's not really too attractive for people to come up here. And there you can see the lift hill going up to the house on the top of the mountain where the first drop is actually. And here you can also again go over everything, take a glimpse of the track. That was really a focus to have all these track interactions that you can get different views, and maybe if there would be some guest attractions like water pistols or something to shoot on those people down there, it would be also really, really cool. This could be something like enrichment items or something like this, but who knows what we will get in the future. And here's another seating area with a little coffee shop and everything. And here you can get another really cool view onto the RMC. So let's go back down here and turn to the left. I really love the biomes. They look so great. I'm really amazed by how natural everything looks and how well this park actually blends into it, because we are very close to the park map borders. Here's the little slide ride. Nothing's too special. And then we are heading down here, going over another bridge next to this big lift hill where the actual log flume goes up. And then we are heading down into the direction of the vineyards. Here you can get another view onto this whole tower. And I tried to cover the whole indoor section as much as possible, that it doesn't look like a too bulky building, and that people would still, have a feeling of nature and natural environment overall. And there we go down. This is actually the exit from our little kiddie coaster that has been added with the last update. Or with the last DLC. It was the DLC coaster, the Vekoma Child's Coaster, but we will take a closer look at this a little later. I quickly jumped back to the plaza where we entered the hiking trail because I wanted to jump into the log flume ride with all of you. So we are now entering the queue here next to this little. I always planned to have a ride sign here, but I never built it. So if you want to build a ride sign and give this ride a name, let me know the name in the comments or drop a blueprint link or something, and I will place your ride sign definitely into the park. If I get multiple submissions, I need to decide, but feel free to drop any of your creations that you think would fit in here quite well. Now we are here. I try to have some indirect lighting. This is something I never did before. So I had all these, and I think it turns out quite well. I had the normal lamps at the walls, and then I made this see-through wooden roof and put some blue lights. I think here you can see it somehow. Yes, blue lights above these wooden structure, and I think it has such a nice effect on everything. I really love how mystical and everything looks in here. I'm really happy how it all turned out. And yeah, I think let's just get into this ride. What a nice ride. I am quite happy with the overall layout. I think there could be some more details, but overall I cannot complain. It was also, I was so focused on the hiking trail and everything that I maybe didn't want to put so much more effort in it, but I still enjoy it, and I think there are some very nice perspective and views throughout the ride. and also with all the lighting and indoor and everything. The global illumination turns out really, really great, I think, and you can add so many more details, which is absolutely great to see. But overall, I'm mostly happy with all the paths and everything because it looks so cool how people are roaming around and yeah, with the trees and benches and everything. And here we are now already slowly approaching the big castle, which got a little addition with the right photos with the last update. I think there is an issue at the moment, not sure because, yeah, I think the coaster has a problem, but you can buy your right photos here. People are exiting down this ramp, and this is something I like the most about this, is this bridge, because you are queuing in this building and going above the path into the station building. And I really, really love how this ended up. And with the invisible paths, it looks even more realistic. It didn't look that cool with the concrete path I had before, but in the end, it now looks really, really great. And I'm happy how I was able to finish everything with the return of the fairy tale theme because it also suits so well in here. So let's just go right in to this queue area. I think, yeah, there is. We haven't added some fences in here. That's what I meant with the indoors. I'm a little bit lazy with the indoors, but that's just how I am. I'm sorry for that. And here we are going over the bridge. Doesn't it look nice? You can get a nice view of the tower there and see the hiking trail and also into the other direction with the vector child coaster and the Ferris wheel. I really love how this all. I try to take care of the sidelines as much as possible, but it seems like here's any kind of issue. Let's take a look what the problem is before we get into it. I'm still very happy with the overall layout. I love RMCs. Those are some of the, yeah, my most favorite coasters in real life as well, because they are so intense, even though they look that intense. I remember when we were on Twisted Colossus in Six Flags Magic Mountain, and I was so impressed. It didn't look that intense from outside, and it was really, really cool. Speaking of cool things, the addition of coaster supports on paths is also very cool. This was a toggle that has been added in one of the free updates, and it looks so much better when the actual supports are still there. I know I could already do it with some custom supports, but that the actual supports are already doing this is also really, really great. The only thing is the collision thing. I think they move past quite well. Sometimes they glitch a little through, but it would be great if we could get like a collision toggle or something for all the scenery objects. This would be amazing. I really love the area we created here because actually the train is going up the lift hill, passing the path, and then we are having this little water feature or little pond and a little church in the background. And I try to still keep it quite natural and filling this area with a small kiddie coaster, but it looks so cool how it's passing by. Going up that turnaround, helix, and then into a little S-curve before coming back up here. Yeah, this looks really, really cool. I think we can just hop on and, yeah, ride it, to be honest. So let's get in here. That's also when I started to get a little more realistic with fencing and everything. So I think, especially in this park build, you can really see very well what I built earlier and what with some additional experience over time, because my builds, hopefully you see it as I do, got better over time. Yeah, we usually would go a second lap, but I think it's enough. And we are now exiting the ride, back down the natural path and turning to the right, exiting this area into, I think this is actually the last very large coaster. I didn't do a real ride entrance sign here, just the express or entrance sign. And I also love this whole coaster so much. I put so much work in it, and also the queue area. I'm super, super happy. I, for the first time, did lots of shade here and tried to cover as much as possible that people feel very comfy, and also making this express lane next to the regular standby queue, and also having a maintenance shed and everything just here with a little more realism. And I think it turned out quite well. Here again, the express and the standby queue are passing each other and heading into the station. I really love the kind of interaction. And again, I try to do some parts of additional theming in here and hide some more scenery pieces. This is a launched version. It's just like the Hulk coaster in Universal Orlando. And yeah, I would say let's jump right in. We are back and it was really, really cool. I added another ride photo kiosk here, very small, but still making sense. And now we are heading down to the main path again, turning right and taking a look at the surrounding area. It looks so cool. This first inversion into the half loop and then directly into another turnaround, like a, yeah, very special. It feels like a corkscrew or something, and I really love again this little section down here where the path swirling around into this tunnel, and all these mist effects making it a little bit more mysterious is really, really cool. Yeah, to fill the gaps here, we added a Ferris wheel to get a nice view of the whole park. Also, lots of flowers and everything. I wish we would get more flowers or more various types of flowers in the future. I hope this is something that is coming with a spring or summer update. And here you can again see that I added fences and everything to just restrict access to the coaster, that people won't get hurt if they do something stupid. And then we are heading into the last section of the park, which is another alpine themed village. We got a little statue with a fountain in the middle, the building in the back, the Mount Leon flat ride here. And inside this building there is a submarine, alpine lake, dark ride, and we got the multiverse coaster on the left, which is actually, yeah, another family ride. And I would say, let's jump. Oh, we need to. There was one patch where the signs get turned around because it was a bug, and I think I still need to fix this sign. And here you directly enter this submarine station. I love the flickering lights and the reflection of everything. It looks so much like a submarine environment, and this is actually an omni mover. So I would say we jump right in. Yeah, it is a very cozy, slow ride, but perfect for families. Nothing too special, but I'm quite happy for my first dark ride. I would do lots of things very different nowadays, but I still love it a lot. And this is just the way. I think this coaster was inspired by the Alpine Fury that was added to, I think, Canada's Wonderland. I'm not 100% sure. And I wanted to have this interaction with these overbank turn going below a pathing bridge. And yeah, I think it turned out quite well. The coaster then comes out in the middle of a forest area, and I just wanted this, yeah, little surprise for everything. So I just went with the multiverse coaster because I thought it's the perfect coaster to do this. And we are now looking for the entrance. It's just here to enter the coaster for the final on ride in today's park tour of Pinnacle Park. Here you can already get a little glimpse of the coaster layout. Maybe I should think of covering all up in the future that people are actually really surprised because you can literally see the whole layout here already. But yeah, maybe that's a topic for another time. And I would say let's jump right in. I love this ride so much. I would love to ride it in real life. So maybe someone is going to build it. No, that's just nonsense. But I'm really happy how it all turned out. So we are now. I also love this path interaction, everything. It looks so cool. And now we are going back down here, and we will, as I'm not really proud of it, the whole water park is just, it's okay-ish, but it's not the best because I'm just not too much into water park stuff, but I still wanted to build something, and I really need to get a little deeper into this topic, but I wanted to quickly show you Pinnacle Splash that is just, yeah, here, I also struggled a lot with these indoor kind of vibe with the roofs and everything. I think it's okay, but it could be much cooler. And as I'm going to Rolantica for the first time next weekend, I just think this will give lots more inspiration and info because I've never been at a real live water park. So I have absolutely no clue. I have this lazy river here on the one side, and people are going through here. So yeah, I think I need some more real life inspiration because I know theme parks so well. It's much more easy for me to build something like this. And here we got some smaller flumes, two straight ones with little bumps, and one longer one growing out here, but they are not really interesting. Then we got these large flume with those with a half pipe section. I think we can maybe take a look here with the little inflatable rings, and yeah, it looks quite cool. They are going up the half pipe there, coming back down and entering the exit. But yeah, as I said, I need some more real life inspiration to really know how I should structure a water park. So this will be a topic for another day. And I just still try to do my best. And I don't know why I cannot move. Yeah, somehow I cannot access this area. So I need to show you everything from here. And yeah, this was another pool I built. I wanted to have a waterfall, but it's still not that what I exactly wanted. So it's okay, but it's not the best. We have another flume here, which is already also very cool. But I think my highlight is the teacups ride with some water effect. So I really hope that we get some water rides in the game that we can actually have like swimwear, flat rides, or something like this. But we will see what the future brings. And here you can also sit down and chill and watch people passing by in the lazy river. Yeah, so this was a quick go through the Pinnacle Splash because it's not too impressive. And we are exiting the park now through the other entrance or exit and wrapping things up just here on the main plaza, looking at the Pinnacle Park sign. I am honored and I feel so overwhelmed by all the feedback I got from you over the last year for this park build. I cannot believe that we brought this to an end and that this is actually the last episode for a very long time. I cannot wait to start a new park series, and I again wanted to thank you all for being a part of my community, um, subscribing to my channel, supporting me on my socials, and this means all so much to me. And I cannot wait to see what the future brings. So thank you all. Thanks for watching and joining today for the Pinnacle Park tour. And I see you definitely in my next video. And I hope it's sooner than later. But for now, I wish you a pleasant day and I see you in the next one. Bye.